Hey guys, George here from Murphy's Magic. I know you guys are super excited about playing with your mental dice here. I know I was super excited when I first opened it up and saw the cool things that got into it. But I know a lot of you guys are probably going to skip most of the instructions and go right into playing with it. But before you do, I wanted to give you a couple quick tips that'll help you get the most out of your mental dice. So if you're anything like me, you're probably already very excited, opened up the box and found a couple really cool things to play with. You found some dice, you probably found a receiver, you've probably found your charging port and your handy dandy charging cable. Now one of the things to make note is if you're an Apple user like I am, and you may not be familiar with this sort of USB plug, is that they only work in a single direction. Let me show you what I mean. If you look at the top bit of here and then the bottom bit, you'll notice that the top bit is slightly wider and the bottom bit is slightly shorter. If you look at the orientation of the charging port here, you'll notice that same orientation where you've got the top where it's slightly larger, and down in the bottom, this bottom portion down here, the thing that I'm touching, is slightly thinner, and it's slightly rounded also. So you're going to want to make sure that that orientation matches when you come over here and you give it a little push. You'll also notice that there is a very slight gap there between the base plate and the actual cable. And you'll see just a little bit of metal there. That's totally fine. That's nothing to worry about. That's perfectly normal. Other than that, you don't want to give it too much force. Just a little push is all you're going to need. When plugging in the receiver, you're also going to want to make sure that you're using the same orientation that you did when plugging in the base plate. Now, you're going to take a look here. You're going to see which side is the long side and which side is the short side. So I've got the short side down on the bottom, long side up top, and you're going to kind of follow that with the receiver here. Put them together, give them a gentle push. Boom, there you are. That's all you need. I've given it just enough of a push, so it's just like that. I'm not pushing in very hard at all, just a gentle push, and it stops right where it needs to. From here, you'll see just also a little bit of metal there. That, again, is totally fine. That's nothing to be concerned about at all. But in the following section with Javier and Titanus, they're going to go over how you can tell that this is actually charging. There's going to be some little light indicators that says it's charging and when it's going to be full, and they'll cover that in the charging section. And so if that interests you, feel free to jump to that section now. One final tip I'll give you guys is a battery saving measure to make sure that your receiver lasts throughout many performances during the night. And it's super simple. All you do is you push the button and this LCD goes to sleep. Now it's not really off. It's still listening and communicating with the device, but watch what happens when it rolls and you just push the button to get your peak. It's already received the information. It just, when you push the button again, it just turns the LCD on to let you know what those numbers are. Now, what's great about this is that anytime you just want the dice on standby, you just push the button, it goes to sleep, and you're totally fine. They'll instruct you on the differences about sleep mode and off mode in the instruction. But for now, if you're anything like me, where you just want to go out and start playing, these are probably the three most important tips that you want to take away from this, and making sure that you get the most potential out of your mental dice. So that's it. For those of you who skip the instructions like I do, that's 3 quick tips to ensure that you guys get the most out of your mental dice. Now in the full instructions, Javier and Titanus are going to go through all kinds of routines, a lot of different kinds of peaks, and different ways to manage your mental dice system. Now without further ado, let's get on to the full performance of mental dice.